Startpunkt ist der Bahnhof in Bad Tainach. Anstieg zur Burg Waldeck. We approach the ruin of Waldeck from the west. On the path, we find the foundation of one of the three castle towers. Here the second tower. The castle of Waldeck belongs to the group of the spur castles. These lie on a ridge which, like a spur, reach into a valley. To the left and right, the slopes drop steeply, which makes the climb very difficult for attackers. The mountain around the castle was formerly free of trees and bushes in order to offer no cover for attackers and to have a free field of sight. The entrance to the castle from the west was secured by two defensive towers, a third still to come. Then you reach the actual castle. The third defensive tower directly in front of the Waldeck is additionally secured with a ditch. All three towers were connected to the castle by an unprotected path. There was no underground connection. As we descend to the castle, we cross the ditch and look at the wall of the Zwinger, which is only partly preserved. Behind it, the main castle. We walk around the castle into the Zwinger. The gentlemen of Waldeck were of noble rank, and in the 13th century they were able to grow a larger dominion. They have made several donations to surrounding monasteries. Their prosperity might have been due to the exploitation of the silver mines near Neubulach. In addition to the four-piece castle Waldeck, they also owned the castle Dicke, which lay on the other side of the Nagold opposite of the Waldeck. In 1279, war was declared to the Waldeckers by Count of Hohenberg, the brother-in-law of King Rudolf of Habsburg. The reason was that the Waldecker had violated the country's peace. In 1284, the castle was besieged, conquered and destroyed by Rudolf himself for 2 months. Rudolf gave the castle to his brother-in-law Albrecht von Hohenberg, who rebuilt the castle. The Waldeckers were used by him as keepers of the castle. This displeased them, and they allied themselves with the lords of Baden, and together they defeated the Hohenbergs in 1287. In 1417, the noble branch of the family died out. The Truchsess, that's low nobility, of Waldeck disappeared in 1553. Thus the castle fell to Württemberg. Castle Waldeck was extended and inhabited until the 17th century. The three defensive towers decayed from the 15th century onwards. We look at the main castle and parts of the Zwinger. It is striking that the shooting ranges are very narrow and the defenders could only use archers, crossbows, or, at best, muskets. The castle had never been rebuilt for the use of cannons, which greatly reduced its defensive value, making it vulnerable to attacks from the 14th century onwards. Pan across the rise northwest of the castle. It is not really funny to climb this slope in armor. Back to the west, through the ditch, the steps up to the first tower.
Hallo.
During the 9 Years' War, which broke out in 1688, Castle Waldeck was destroyed by French troops. At the castle the lesser periwinkle still grows today, which came to us in the Middle Ages as a garden plant and then grew wild. It is a poisonous plant. The second tower, a view down on both sides into the valley. In the northeast of Holzbronn, the Xanderklinge has its spring at a height of about 500 meters. Along its length of 1.7 kilometers, it drops to 200 meters before flowing into the Nagold River. An unofficial, yet tolerated trail leads along and through the creek. It literally runs through the sticks and stones, even underneath the sticks, thus under fallen trees. Solid, profiled and waterproof footwear is highly recommended. At the waterfalls, the ascent is possible only by using a rope. The first waterfall, it is missing. However, the hack is there to attach one. In the process of the trail, metal plaques are affixed with philosophical words. These plaques should be removed since they disturb the overall impression of the Xanderklinge. Who would like to enjoy this spot of nature should not come here on Sundays and holidays. It is getting overcrowded. A request to dog owners: do not take your four-legged friend on this tour, or go with them the way parallel to the Xanderklinge. The poor fellows have 3 waterfalls to climb, which despite of their off-road capabilities, they do not get over these obstacles without your help. The ground is very steep and slippery, and I was able to witness myself as a dog in the size of a German Shepherd refused to go over that waterfall.